Oh shit! Hi.
Oh shit! Hi.
And on a 5 and a 4 and a.
I don't see the stream up.
Yeah, it's up. It's up.
I'm refresh, I guess.
Huh?
No, I don't see it either.
It's
know.
there. We're
Okay.
here.
Yeah, but
I believe you.
online.
Yeah. Only
That's
certain
called
parts
white
of the world.
privilege. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Rob is
Well,
arguably
then.
the palest out of us all.
Yeah, I can't say that just in case we are live.
We're
It's
definitely
fine.
live.
We are certainly
don't-
live. Hello.
I don't find that.
Oh, okay. Now I
offensive.
see. We have.
There's no cars in D&D.
Oh god, I am a pasty white boy.
Oh,
aren't I? Fuck.
finally found you. God.
Well, welcome everyone.
Fuck.
It's an NSFW stream. We fucking swear all the fucking time.
I know. It's just. I'm sorry. He was in the middle of talking. That's why.
Sean. Sean.
On the stream.
On the stream. They can't hear me on the stream. Hello again.
This is
Cody.
without
no.
fail.
Hey, Cody.
So I've just been making random noise for you to acknowledge, making myself.
No.
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 Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Yes, welcome to the stream, everyone.
We
Sorry,
are -1 member.
we are -1 member. We're gonna hop right into it. Yeah. Oh, speaking of the devil.
Oh. Oop.
Right.
There it is.
The literal devil.
Hey.
There it
Hello.
is. We are
Doing it,
currently live.
I'm not.
So, we are live, and we're ready to get going. I have realised that I also haven't put the music on. What is in with me
You're
today?
fine. You're fine.
I thought you were
It's
going
a
to say
weird
something
day.
else there for a minute, Zach. I'm just
It's
saying.
a weird day,
Oh, we
Zach,
can also
so-
just. I love the fact that we could just casually see your screen for a second, and that's great.
Yeah, because you casually got a shot of me using screen share on Zoom. Ah, dear.
How many OnlyFans tabs do you have?
So many.
So many.
No, that's
So
a
many.
question. As your legal representative, Zach,
You
you do not have
So
to
what
answer
you're
that
saying is I should do the OnlyFans account.
He did.
I did, yeah, not anymore, but that was a past tense.
Aw.
There's
Sadly, politicians frown upon other
Yeah.
politicians having OnlyFans accounts.
Well,
No,
you
but
see,
what? I know, but the
Honestly?
clout though.
funny thing was,
Why?
this is the strange thing. That actually wasn't the main block there. Like, so I found this out. They were totally fine with having OnlyFans. The problem was I was getting paid for it. It was the it was the work part of it.
Yeah, you can't be a
Yeah.
sex worker.
Can't be a sex worker. You can
be a slag, but I
yeah,
just
you
don't
can be
get
a
paid for it, you know.
Yeah, because that literally was my option. I could have kept doing the OnlyFans, but I would have had to have made it free. And it's like, I don't mind. Like, I quite enjoyed it, but like,
Not for
What's
free.
the point
Hell no.
then?
yeah, for
what's the
free.
point? Exactly.
Yeah, I just kind of lost most of the point. It's like,
Don't be sucking the dick for free.
I know. When I suck dick, I do it with purpose. You know. Anyway, sorry. Let's get it back on track.
So D&D.
D&D.
Dick on dick. What? I'm
Son of a bitch.
Okay. I'm the one that has to leave soon. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh dear. So, last session, we went and dealt with Smitty Bacall and the Smitty Bacall gang. We roughed him up. We got ourselves some pennies that we earned. managed to save some money for a couple of defrauded refugees and return their money to them. All is generally good. Fucking Wayne managed to one-shot a room full of goons.
And his friends.
Got a celestial friend now.
And Salvar's now just casually got a celestial friend who is concerned, to say the least, by your company.
Bola decapitated somebody.
Oh yeah, you did as well, didn't you? That was
You decapitated Smitty.
Yeah, Smitty got the full.
I now have 7 pounds of drugs.
Yeah, you have 7 pounds of drugs.
You
now.
have explosives as well. That's
I
the
do.
thing.
I have grenades.
You have drugs and grenades and powerful weapons. I mean, you're already part of the way to being a cartel.
Which, by the way,
While
listen, there are
walking-
fragmentation grenades on D&D Beyond, by the way.
While walking back, Merrick had a brief but intense talk with Sarlais about how important it is to use things in moderation and how cautious she needs to be with dangerous items such as explosives.
She has never caught the inn on fire. And she could. You know that.
Yet.
Yeah, this was quite the Ibiza weekend.
So we're heading back from doing
Where are we
that
at?
job.
I'm going to jump to you being back. I'm going to jump to your arrival back. As Tara is in the tavern. You know, some customers have come in, but it's mid-afternoon. And the preparations for Sylvana's Day evening are being made inside the tavern. There's a couple of, there's like a family or two, a few people there, but not too many. You've got the place to yourself at the moment. She comes out from the back. She's gotten herself into her pinny. And is, hair tied back properly into the pinny, serving customers. And as she sees you come in, she waves you over. Merrick, she says, "Oh, how did it go? I hope that it was, And at that point, it's going to pause, seeing, out of the back of Saralai's backpack and her supplies, the stalks of the drugs just poking out the back, and says,
Hey, you said this can be used for healing
yeah,
balm as well. It's not just to get fucked up.
yeah, it's not exclusively to get fucked up.
It's like somebody carrying 4 massive bags of weed.
Yeah.
Can it be used medicinally? Yes. Is that the first thought we have?
No.
No.
Oh, no, I tell you what it is. It's someone saying that they just need to go home because they've got their dose of ketamine. Many people could say that legitimately, like myself. Is that your first assumption when they say they're going home to drop a K?
Precisely.
Actually, yes.
So, well, then you are better than most people.
Yeah, you are better than most people.
Well, you also have to realize I've grown up with my dad having degenerative psoriatic arthritis.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. Yeah. I suppose the pair of us have different frames of references on that front compared to most. So as Tara looks over and sees the drugs, he's just kind of looks at you over your shoulder, stops talking, and says, "How about we go downstairs?"
Yeah. I'm just gonna say to Tara at this point, are you honestly surprised by now?
I shouldn't be, but I am.
Look, I got it so we could mostly make the healing balm. However, I am going to take a few for myself just for funsies.
I must admit that's actually quite a good one. So yes. And as you sort of get downstairs, you start taking everything out, and she says, "Well, I suppose the bounty's in order." She drops the coin purse on front and says, "You may divide that as you need to."
Pablo-esque Silva.
We can just add it to the party gold as well.
Yeah, if you guys want to add it to the party gold, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, I
Let's
have
do
no
that.
need for any immediate coin, so unless someone wants a share.
I have no need
Bola-
for coin, but I would require some of it to create items that I can use for magical effects later.
You're more than, at least in my opinion, you're more than allowed to use it from the party fund. That's part of the reason we have it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm a dragonborn, so I'm known for hoarding gold. So
Bola is going to like say yes to the party fund, and then you see like this sudden like realization just hit her, and she's just like, "Oh, right. I'm gonna need some kind of severance."
yeah, you got tap to pay.
So, what she's realizing just for like story purposes is that she just beheaded a underground fighting boss, which with underground rules means that you take over.
Yeah, that is the rule.
So that's the rule. And from what I like, usually that's the rule. Sorry, Zach, for just like implementing.
Yeah, I don't care what your rules are, Zach.
Oh no, he had implemented this as a rule.
Yes,
So,
this is thankfully
Bola-
aligned.
Bola's like, oh, I'm gonna, and she's just like, I don't know what to.
So just to clarify,
People are going to
you're-
want to fight me. Basically, people are going to want to fight me when I go back for
How
his.
is that? How is that any different than any other day?
Yeah.
So just to clarify, you're an underground pit boss that works for the guard.
Not for long.
Yeah, I think Tara, darling, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be a continuous thing. We're going to find new jobs. We're going to help more people. We might get out of the city and come back from time to time. So this could be, and I look to Bulla, a form of employment here.
Tara smiles, looks back over and says, I have like 8 bounties on the back burner that I have no one to do. So, yeah.
Nice.
I am
Point of clarification: how much was the bounty, so I can add it to the party gold?
100 gold pieces.
It's a nice little-
That's easy. I just put 1 in front of the 60.
There you go. Nice. That's good for like components and shit.
Bola will say, well, since I have acquired a arena, you want to put our camp there?
Use the space.
It's really bloody. Probably going to have to clean it up. But
Yes, but it would still probably be better than living in a basement.
Yeah.
And
we
having
can use that as headquarters. I can
more
figure
than one
something out.
location- More than one
but-
location is a good thing.
Schmitty was an asshole, but he was quite formidable in the community. So I'm going to have either trouble or no one's going to fuck with me, which I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, sweetheart, but yeah, that wasn't like I was okay. I wasn't expecting you to do the killing, so I must admit that was a little bit yeah. That's gonna be an interesting situation, but well, it's okay. Well, we got plenty of the balm, and I've got some healing potions down here, so we can help. And just make sure that you at least you drink some water, you keep yourself well fed. Don't get too caught up in all of this, all right?
Unless
Yeah.
there's anything else, I'm still feeling almost like I got a degree, or some might say a level of exhaustion
If you gained exhaustion from sickening
from
radiance,
that fight. It's almost like a spell.
when the spell ends,
Sorry.
Yeah.
any exhaustion you got from sickening radiance disappears.
Oh, cool. Never mind.
Never mind.
Forget what I said.
So
In other words,
you
it
know-
just hurt.
Suddenly, I
Bola
feel
goes,
better.
Wait, I think I feel better, don't you?
Yeah. Suddenly, it's almost like some otherworldly force controlling me got rid of it.
Merrick's breaking the fourth wall again.
Oh God.
I mean, are we even surprised?
Merrick just becomes brain dead. Oh god.
I mean, his perception is getting to the point where he's going to
it's-
realize he is
it's
just
gonna
a
break
character in a
30.
game.
Yeah,
His passive perception's gonna break 30. It's gonna.
yeah, it's gonna. And at that point, like there is a very Deadpool element where where he can just break the fourth wall. At some point, I'm going to say that he doesn't perceive the environment; he perceives me talking, describing the scenario, and he starts knowing exactly what happens when he perceives the voice of God.
Shit. No, you know what? His reaction would be very Geralt of Rivia. Geralt of Rivia. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But anyways, a couple of us got banged up a little bit. Unless there's anything else for today, I think I wouldn't mind taking a moment.
Well, we have Sylvanas Day this evening, so our celebrations. So it'd be nice to see you all there.
What is that again?
Stop.
Aren't you supposed to be a
Are
cleric?
you the cleric?
Yeah, I feel like this is supposed to be your domain.
I mean, I did spend God knows how long, about 40 years in a fucking battlefield. So
I'll hold up my one arm with a charm dangling from my wrist and just be like,
oh, okay.
God of nature.
Didn't you help us invoke that? Sarlax is just like.
In fairness, I don't think he's actually been with us during Sylvanas Day before, so I suppose he's been isolated on every other... Well, in that case, darling, you cannot work tonight. You must get involved in the celebration. It is a hoot.
Okay, what do I just looked at Sarah Eliza. What do I do?
Look,
You have fun.
Go with the flow.
You enjoy.
What
Yes.
kind of fun or just...
Oh my god.
Darling, that's for after.
Is there ever anything else on your damn mind?
Look,
Have you
I'm
seen
sorry,
my
I taught him
girlfriend?
too well.
Tara laughs and says, look, okay, just a bit of advice here. Wear something pretty, get some drinks, enjoy yourself, relax, take in the environment, and
Enjoy
I'm sure
yourself in
if
a
you're
PG way.
Yeah.
I just realised who Salvar is. Basically, Salvar is like the innocent church boy or something like that. That's been corrupted by the punk rock girl and introduced into alcohol, drugs, and rock and roll and shit
Yeah,
like that.
That is exactly it.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it is.
that is. So,
With
I love her
the
dad.
bounty board behind, Wayne kind of just wants to walk up to it and start observing who's on there.
on
Because
the
I mean,
bounty
on the bounty board,
Yeah.
because they're all talking about things like fun and stuff, and he's
Yeah.
just like, oh,
Lovely. Before we cut away, then, you have a quick think in your minds, because I'm about to give you a few days of downtime. But I'm going to come to Wayne first. Wayne, before this downtime, you go and look at the bounties board. You see Tara, everyone, they're laughing, they're chatting. She sends them all away to get ready for the celebrations. And she comes over to you as you are observing the bounty board.
Is anyone else having issues? Oh, never mind. I came back.
Okay. She looks over at you and says, I'm guessing that's not your sort of deal then.
in what sense?
Oh yeah, the literalness. I'm guessing, Wayne, that celebrations is not the sort of thing that you enjoy these days.
I remember celebrating. I remember being joyful. I remember what joy felt like. I can't feel it anymore. So if I remove myself from it, I'm not going to drag anyone else down.
Oh no. Yeah, you see this look on her face of like a queep.
A what?
Queek.
A queef?
I said queek.
That is not what a queef.
I know. I know.
I was trying to say quick look of grief, and my brain just
Quick
mashed.
look of grief. Got
You,
it.
you, you
Got
squished
We've
it
all
together.
done
That's
it.
fair.
Yeah, my brain just collapsed
We've
that.
all
into
done
That's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
So
fine.
you see a look of grief and also this look of pain, and she places her hands on your shoulder and says, "Well, I would comfort you, but I suspect that that's also off the table. Yeah. Well, in that case, Wayne, I have a veritable wall of people that need dealing with, and someone with a particular set of skills. She reaches up, pulls down one of the bills, and shows it to you. You see a little sketching of what looks like a very angry and very ugly kobold. Hands it to you, says, "It's simple. Kobold causing trouble where they shouldn't be. B&E.
Good to know.
But the guardsman can't seem to find the bastard. Probably in the sewers."
Has Sarlai's been the one drawing these posters for her? Since she's known about all of this shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like in my mind, the headcanon is between you and Charles. Both you and Charles are like the sketch artists who take down and do like all of these impressions.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have been consulting whoever assists me in supplying my powers,
Yes.
and I require something in order to develop abilities that I may or may not possess.
Now that you
I need
go on.
I need a ruby. I need a ruby worth 1,000 gold.
It's not an overnight thing, my friend.
No.
She has a look on her face and says, "Well, I was going to offer the collective funds of the People's Union, but we do not have that deep of pockets. However, you have reminded me of something." She goes and grabs a piece of paper and writes down, and you see she's writing a to-do list, and she says, "You've reminded me that I needed to go down into the Citadel district." She starts writing down. She says, "Yeah, sorry, there's this lovely exhibit. I wanted to take the little one for ages now. They have all sorts of jewels there. They're exquisite to look at." She starts writing down information about where it is, and says, "You know, it's truly awe-inspiring. Really could be worth something, and it's just nice to be around that grandeur." As she keeps writing down, she says, "Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it was the second exhibit? Yeah, I needed to write that down." And you see she starts writing down the details of where it is in the building, right? And says,
Merrick is sitting in the corner, his eyes twitching.
and she says, "Yeah, there you go. I just needed to make a plan for later. But yeah, sorry, I have no idea about where to get a ruby from." And as she walks away, she leaves the piece of paper behind.
I don't know if Ewan knows what subtext is.
That's a good question. Does
Kind
Ewan
of-
Ewan doesn't
understand
know
the
anything
subtext?
because Ewan's dead.
Yeah,
kind
right.
of doing the
Wait.
same thing. He will look across and just sort of pick up the piece of paper and go, "Thank you for the information."
I will go steal this now.
Yeah, she doesn't reply. She just continues walking, pretending to have not heard that. We will come back to that with the rest of you on your downtime. I'm gonna come first to Bulla.
Yeah. We got some shit because
We got
Biobra
some
asked
shit.
her to come the next morning, and yeah, all right, let's do it. So she shoots the shit with probably Merrick and yeah,
Yeah.
and Sylvanas Day.
Give me a quick charisma roll for
Yeah,
your
sure.
Sylvanas Day celebrations.
All right, Bola. She kind of turned up. That's a 18.
Oh, yeah.
That's an 18.
It
She
was
turned up.
It was great. You were there. You really got into it. Got lost in the moment. You know, it's you're getting back in your groove. You know that job. it just was one of those things that just felt real purposeful, you know, doing
It's very purposeful, almost like, you know, she's made an oath or something.
I know.
What?
Interesting.
And yeah, you have a really great time. So the next morning comes and you arrive at the barracks.
Yeah.
As you're approaching the front, you see the same kid on guard again, bogged upright, perfectly polished armor, weapon ready, in perfect pose, right? And you realise the reason why. As you get closer, you see that he is stood outside of the post, and inside the post, on the chair, is Bilebra, with his feet up, waiting, with his arms crossed, seeing you arrive, and looks down at his watch. No, he doesn't. What the fuck is a watch?
Sundial.
What is
He
the
has a
watch?
sundial.
He looks at the sun.
You know what? You know what?
Magic exists.
He's Fred Flintstone with a sundial.
There are artificers here, right? There's got to be artificers,
Yeah,
right?
there's probably a little
He
watch.
has
Wind
an
up
Iron
watching
Man
it like a
suit.
pocket watch.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fuck it. He has a fucking mech suit. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, he does. So,
He's
yeah,
got a watch.
yeah, he has a watch.
I like that idea.
He looks down at his watch, looks back up at you, and says, "Well, you did manage to make it. Well, you did manage to make it on time, so that's an improvement." As he looks at you with his shit-eating grin.
And she looks at him with like, God, I have so much to tell you.
And he stands up and says, "Well, I have an office these days, and I reckon you should probably pop up for a bit, unless you want to have a chat about the goblin market down here."
Yeah.
He knows too much. We have to kill him.
Office sounds good. Office is good.
You are escorted up. It is at this point that you realise that when he brings you in, you are now flanked by two other guardsmen who are flanking behind the pair of
Oh, this is
you.
gonna get arrested.
Prison break.
Could
Prison
try.
break.
And they escort you up with him. He doesn't say anything to you on the journey up. And you don't really get a look at his face. He doesn't even look at you the whole time up. And as you arrive, all you hear is... You see he calls out to the men saying, "Okay, stand easy." Right, Bulla. Closes the door. With the two
Does
guardsmen
he have
outside.
Smitty's head?
Want to tell me what this is?
He...
He found a way to get ahead in life.
Didn't.
Just saying, if
Rim
you
shots.
can get a hold of that head, just saying.
All right, guys.
He gestures at you to sit down in front of his desk as he sits down.
Sunflower. Serious sunflower. Okay.
So, oh, hydrate check. I've just seen that.
Yeah.
I don't. I can't prepared.
He sits down, and you realise that the look he has on his face, he looks just a bit demoralised. Like a bit, he just looks disappointed. He looks up at you and says, "I'm not even going to ask why."
You should.
I should, but I really shouldn't, Bulla, because working for a paramilitary organization that my friend has set up illegally that would see most of the people that not only saved my life, but that I consider friends, go to prison, is the kind of thing I shouldn't know about.
Fair. And she'll finally sit down.
He sits down. and says to you, "You are not in prison now. Partially because I would like to see them try, but partially because of who is going to come down with this."
Who's going down?
I know who you were there with. Thankfully, only you were identified. The other suspects are at large.
That's promising.
He shows a small smile and says, "Any deal that you would be given would necessitate those other suspects being identified. And you may be very good at hitting things, but politics suits me more, love."
Did you know that there are people in the guard that were working for him?
Yeah,
You knew.
I did.
Did you know what he was doing?
I did.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to roll some fate die.
Hey guys, sorry I killed Barbara.
I mean, let's be
Look.
honest. I want his other leg. Just saying.
What,
Your
did you just
punishment,
become a
man.
rocket raccoon?
No, I
I
chopped one.
didn't
I've already
think I
chopped
was
one of them
gonna
off.
need the fate die. I thought the fate die were gone for Bola. Why did I think that? Why did I think that? Oh, thank God. Okay. Bola will just look at him in rage.
The light change.
Enraged, but she doesn't rage.
Yeah.
She's just, it's just, you see that her fists just clench and she's just staring down at him. And
Well,
she goes,
Holy fuck! Sorry, sunflower. Whoa.
Wow.
So I think if you kill Biobra, I think you just make Alphonse though.
yeah, I would just make
Yeah.
Alphonse.
He says.
Well, wait, that's Wayne.
Edward.
He says
Edward.
his corruption extended as far as the magistrate. I can't get a conviction with a corrupt magistrate, so if I arrest him, and he gets set free, and now can never be tried again because he has been found innocent for it, there are people who work with this Bulla. I had identified those that were corrupt. I was ready to move on them. Not quite yet. I needed to get him for a crime outside of the Goblin Market under a different magistrate. These things, Bulla, you can't just punch your way out of every room. Because
What?
you
You
are
mean-
very good at that.
You mean she's not the Kool-Aid man?
Oh yeah! So,
Oh no.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
and let's get into it now, because he leans forward and like physically gets closer, not quite in an aggressive manner, but he leans forward as he tries to make this point to you, and he says, this isn't my first rodeo. I may have only been here a few months now. But Azeroth is not my first rodeo. Corruption is something I have fought many a time before. I used to punch my way out of situations, and that led to my entire regiment dying. So, no matter what you feel, you cannot go around enforcing your will in situations where there are bit better powers that can ensure permanent justice. Smitty's gone, sure. You've killed his immediate goons. Do you know who the hell will take over now? Who the hell is going to be in charge of his smuggling rings? Do you know who will take over those dreaded fighting pits? And he stops and pauses and says, I mean, you have great potential, Buller. He then stands up and says, I will not detain you. I will do my best to make sure that you stay out in the community and therefore keeping people I care about out in that community and not behind bars. Obviously, you're fired.
You can't fire me if I quit.
Oh, damn.
I take the power away from you.
He smiles and says, one day, maybe. But currently, you are no paladin. Grabs the door, opens it. Guards, please escort her from the premises. He looks at you with this utter look of disappointment. He just looks at you with this look of sadness and just all of this lost hope in his eyes.
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Then,
He's not mad, he's dad.
he's trying to be dad, but to be honest with you, we could have let him drown.
The amount of shit he's gone through for this to be thrown in our face. I mean, we saved him from turning undead. Okay, immediately I chopped up his leg. We did the whole floating in the river thing. Just sort of like.
Okay, to be fair, the float in the river thing was just because Zach forgot Biobra existed.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I was allowed to use.
But we flavor it. We flavor it. Bola will get up, but before she leaves, as he opens the door, she goes, just because we don't have the same promise we keep doesn't mean that I'm not a paladin. I hope you know I will always protect the people that I love. And if that means people that I also love getting in the way, I will gladly take them down.
He nods.
Do what you have to do, Biobra. But I will too.
He nods. And allows you to leave. Yeah.
If any guard tries to grab me, she will punch him, by the way.
Oh no, the guard fully does. And yeah. Give me that check there. Give me that unarmed attack.
It's when you
Cool.
break his nose and dent his helmet inwards, so he has to grind his nose up to get his helmet off.
Unarmed attack. I rolled a 17 on the
No, I
die.
just-
So
Ooh.
that's a 25.
Yeah, that's a hit. How much damage
One.
does your unarmed attack do?
It's a flat number, I believe.
Yeah, it's flat. It's 5. Yeah.
Five.
Okay. This is a regular guard. This isn't one of their general ones. He has a total hit point of 9.
You topple him.
You
Oh no.
watch as it connects. His nose breaks and flattens, and you just watch as his jaw snaps and he drops back as a spray of blood goes across the ceiling as he is dramatically launched back onto the floor. He has a 10 in strength. He's a +0. He's a
What
regular
kind of fucking
dude.
bodyguard is this?
He's a dude. Regular D&D.
He's
guard
just
stats.
a dude. He's just a royal guard.
Yeah.
They
The
don't
royal
do
guard, that's a
anything.
dude. You know, he's just a civilian.
Yeah.
And
Well, no.
Have you seen Attack on Titan?
he's a
Literally,
bitch.
military
Yeah.
police
No.
are the bitches.
We have to keep in mind that like
He's
the
not
average
a soldier. He's
the
just
average-
a commoner who's a regular guard. He's a grunt, right?
Yeah, the average person with a dagger can deal like anywhere between 3 and 5 damage. The average person. Bulla just did that with her fist.
Yeah, she did the same damage as a stabbing with her fist. And yeah,
I
so,
will say it's like the way that you see it, it's like almost cartoon like. It's like he tries to grab her wrist, but which he has to use both hands to do.
yeah.
And she just like
yeah.
like not even looking at him.
Yeah, and he's just launched back. The other guard jumps back in recoil and fear.
Poor guy.
And just like jumps down to the guard and says, so he jumps down to the guard and Biobra says, I'll take her out. As he then walks alongside you, not making the same mistake. Yeah.
We
and
all
you
agree.
need to leave. Yes.
Yeah.
Buller is hot.
Hold on.
Oh, so
but
lovely.
like,
sorry, what?
but when Byarba like you know tries to walk me out, it's all respect. I would like to say, even though Bola said all that, it's not her
Yeah.
threatening him. It's more of her letting him know what he's going
Yeah.
what she's going to do.
Statement.
Hello,
child.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He walks down with you, doesn't share another word.
Right.
He just has his head bowed. It's frankly mournful as he just slowly walks you out to the front of the barracks. And as you go to leave, he does stop again. And he says, Bulla.
Hmm.
I've moved out of base housing. Got a nice little place.
Ow.
Funny enough, just off the market. And got some pretty nice liqueurs, if you ever fancy a chat. My door's open.
I'm trusting you.
Yeah. I still
I'll
trust
do
you.
what I know. I'll do what I can to clean up the underground.
He nods, smiles. Turns around and walks back up. So, just give me an idea. What headspace is Buller in right now?
She wants to be mad that she just got fired, but she's actually really, really relieved. And she's kind of set aback by that feeling because she thought that her place was in a regiment.
Yeah.
She thought that's what her place was. And she's slowly realizing that her place is not in an organized military. Her place is to lead one.
Yeah. Later on in the
Not
day...
an organized one, but
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, organized. Everything has to be organized. You know what I mean? Not
Yes.
a royal guard.
Yeah, it's about military and paramilitary. It's that you're not there to be part of a sovereign military. You are there to form
Right.
your own force. You act. It's the chaotic end of the alignment chart, if we like. It is the much
Yes.
more. It's not within the law strictly.
Yeah, and she'll take like a good walk around town, and she'll even linger around our statue and just kind of look up at Ewan for a little bit, and she'll probably like mosey on to the tavern eventually, but we'll end up back in her apartment.
When you get back to your apartment that evening, there is a knock on your door that pops up. It's about 7 in the evening. It's dark, but not that dark. It's not totally unreasonable.
Do I have a little peephole?
Yeah, you do. You do have a little
Cool.
peephole you can look through. As you look through, you are first greeted by the very large figure that takes up the entirety of the spyglass, which is Rocky.
Fuck.
And
She is-
And in front of Rocky, you recognize somebody else. You recognize the teller.
Ooh.
Now, this is someone
This is the
that...
bookie for the fighting rings.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Stop changing.
What?
Stop.
Did you just call him Nutella?
No, sorry.
The teller.
teller, like a
The-
bank teller.
Oh, teller.
the
Oh,
teller.
the teller. Sorry,
the teller.
right.
Yeah. Guy
does
called
sound like the
Nutella
teller, yeah.
shows up. Yeah.
The bookie.
Yeah.
The bookie.
You know who this guy is, and you know because he is the guy who runs the bets. He is the guy who handles the money, not just for Smitty, but for everybody. He is the bookie for most major fighting rings round here. He's very much not the sort of like leading type. He likes to be in the background, doesn't have much control, but you do get the impression that he doesn't have control because he chooses not to exercise any more than anything else.
I see.
Yeah, this is a guy who's happy to make his little bit of profit and will just coast away in the background. Generally doesn't seem to approve of the more seedier parts. He's in this for the money and the money alone.
Cool. There's no money in fighters that die, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she'll but reluctantly open the door.
Oh, darling, I knew it. I told you, Rocky, she was going to be a favourite of mine. She was. She was going to be an absolute darling. Right.
Love this man already.
Oh god, this doughboy Rodney.
What do you want?
It reminds me of like a very like classic New York City agent for like a really
Right.
like
Yeah.
darling, you're gonna be a star.
You'll be a
Yes.
star.
Like
yeah.
like 8 cigarettes out of their hand. Like,
And
And
he-
I will say, does she know his first name?
No, he doesn't go.
Okay.
teller.
People only
He just
know
goes
him as
by
the
Teller.
Yeah.
Teller or the Teller. And she's probably told him time and time again, I'm not your girl. I'm literally here for myself.
Yeah.
And she just rolls her eyes. She goes, what do you want, Teller?
Well, darling, I've got to say, as you have now entered into the arena that is competitive fighting on the underground, it is only prudent of me to make sure to see when your next fights are going to be, to schedule in your new ring. And obviously as well, we need to just square away some of Smitty's, accounting issues, as it were.
Right. Come in.
Excellent. Do you mind if I bring my associate? I mean, I'm sure you've met Rocky by now.
I look up at Rocky. How is he looking at me?
He's got a smile on his face. He's a real gentle guy. He's quite smiley. He's smiling, and just looks at you with this like dumbfounded grin. It's kind of like
Okay.
a puppy, just like.
So
Oh,
it's the
we-
same,
oh,
you
no,
brought
we're-
same Rocky
Himbo.
that I beat his ass. It's
Yeah.
that Rocky, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the same Rocky that you beat his ass once. He's just kind of like along for the ride. Looks pretty happy.
Okay. Cool. And she goes, yeah. Sure.
He smiles and just goes yarp, and just
No.
like pots his head
Is this-
underneath and heads
Is this
in.
basically the character from fucking Hot Fuzz? God damn it.
Yeah.
I bring them in.
Yeah.
Yep. At my
Um,
one table and one chair, and I sit in the chair.
Yeah. Rocky kind of looks for a seat, doesn't see one, just kneels. and just kind of like goes onto his knees and just sits down there. And it brings him down to the regular height of the teller, because the teller's quite a short guy as well. To give you a physical idea, the teller is a very short, and short by dwarven standards, mind you.
Oh, is he a dwarf?
Short. He's a dwarf, and he's a short dwarf, right?
Okay.
And he has a surprisingly slim frame. Like, he's very thin for a dwarf as well. He's very short and thin. He's a real streak of weasel's piss. Has a proper big bushy beard that's very... He obviously puts, like, wax into it. It's a real hipster beard. He's got it braided up into some lovely shapes. It truly is, like, it's a fucking art piece. And I'm gonna say, it does look good. Like, it clearly took a lot of work, and it pays off. It's a damn impressive beard. He has, like, long, sort of, like, very dirty ginger hair that is all back, braided up into a bunch, and again, plaited down his back. He always has quite a number of large rings on each of his fingers. He famously, whenever asked, claims that it's his wedding ring for all of them. No one knows why. And he also quite
maybe he's married that many times.
Yeah. And he has, like, 2 golden incisor teeth on his top jaw. And he, again, has also got, like, these very piercing blue eyes. Big old bushy ginger beard, all of this lot. He's very visually striking. He stands over the other side of the table and says, "Well, Bubby, I have so much."
First of all, don't call me Bobby. Call me Bola.
It's groovy. It's groovy. So, he says, "I have got a couple of, just a little bit of coin left over from his account. He had a bit of a surplus, so obviously you can enjoy yourself to that. But unfortunately, you were, and by the way, I did get to see you made quite the masterpiece in his place. It was something to astound the way you left that place. Truly. Some people make art with a pen, others with a brush. You, it appears to be a maul." And he takes out the coin purse. It clanks with a thud as he puts it in front of you. He says, "Well, I'll let you inspect the rest of his books and financial accounts. I assume you still have the book that you collected from him. But there should be about a surplus of about 300 gold pieces. It's enough for you to put on and organise the next fight, and a little bit to enjoy yourself, darling. You know, you're worth it."
I have a question.
Sure.
Any of the other bosses want to fight me for the territory yet?
Well, I was going to get onto that later. I thought I'd ease you in, but that's alright. I'll get to the point, I suppose. You've got 4 challengers so far. Now, you got 2 of the new upstarts down on the Southerns. I'm going to say right now, the Kraken looks like he'd be a bit rough. Although, to be honest, I think he's all showmanship, if you ask me. I don't know the other boy. It's a pair of twins. They're weird type. I go in there, don't chat to them, so I can't give you any heads up on that one. But the other 2, unfortunately, you've got the Joneses in. Which obviously, I don't know.
I'll fight them all. And when I win, I keep the territory. They keep theirs. But whenever I call on them for anything, they will come.
Bula, darling, I'm sorry, but you're going to fight the Joneses?
Well, it's basically Boba Fett at this point.
Look, she's just like, for the cause. Okay, how can I protect my people? I'm in this. This is Bola learning how to take responsibility for her actions.
Does she get a pet rancor as well?
So she goes, and she just looks at him like, I don't think I stuttered.
You weren't wrong about this one, were you, Rocky? And you see that he gets this big grin on his face as he says, you know, we need more people like you in this business. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, do you want me to start publicising the fights? Do you want to hold it on their territory or your own? You going to go on the defence? You want to challenge them on their own turf?
What do I know of all their turfs? Do they fight dirty on their turfs?
Right.
Yes.
Joneses have a reputation. They are clean fighters, but the family of the Joneses are barons. They are the legal rulers of about 3/4 of the farmland that supplies Azeroth around the city. They are the most noble and powerful family in the city, and it is something of an open secret that they maintain an underground fighting ring. But of course, no one's really in a position to do anything about it. They don't fight dirty, but they do have incredibly powerful magical weaponry that they use, including magical enchantments that they have put into themselves, and augmentations. So they get around the no weapons rule by buffing themselves, basically.
Cool.
They're basically cyborgs at this point with the amount of like enchantments and attachments and magical items they've put into themselves.
Okay, the Joneses and the rest of them.
So the other two, the two Southerners, both of them, the twins you hear about, they fight dirty, but they ain't. They're all bluster.
Okay.
You know, they ain't good fighters even when fighting dirty. As far as the last challenger that he hasn't elaborated on with you, is not them, but he has actually, the Kraken. So the Kraken is his stage name. This is a very large and burly orc who has a reputation because he is largely believed to be the last great orcish war chieftain. The last ever warbands declared by the orcs, he led. He is... Now,
awesome.
The orcs don't have warbands these days. It's been some time.
Right.
But, yeah, he is kind of considered, like, the last vestige of a bygone age of when orcs had this, like, separate identity in this society. And, yeah, he has a lot of reputation, but does fight very dirty and insists on full weapon fighting to the death. The others will yield, he will kill you, or you must kill him. That is his rules.
I must. Bola just nods at this, all this explanation, and she goes, again, I will fight all of them. I will fight them on their turf so they know I'm serious.
Well, I'll make the reputation. I'll make the reputation.
But
arrangements. I'll make the arrangements for you.
Make sure that they know the deal. I fight them. When I win, they keep their territory. I keep mine. But when I do call on them for anything, and I mean anything, they come.
Well, who said you can't buy loyalty, eh?
You're gonna make a lot of money, tell her.
I am counting on it. And you are quite the golden goose. Excellent. Well,
I mean, she does have a golden maw.
She said he stops and says to you, right, well, you can find me anytime you like. Come get Rocky. Rocky will come get me. You need me for anything, you holler. If you need any resources, any stuff, happy to put stuff out to you on loan. Obviously, if you need help organising fights, I'm there, and if you're organising your own, give me a little shout so I can get over there to start running the bets.
I'm gonna need a really good cleanup of Smitty's place.
Oh,
A really good scrub down.
oh yeah, done and done. I will get right on that for you. And
And she says thank you, and she'll take out 50 gold and give it to him.
always keep your
Extra
money man
sparkly.
sweet. Extra sparkly. Right on it, love.
I do have a question with this 50.
Uh-huh.
You see that hammer over there? And she still has the hammer from the BBEG.
Yeah.
With the gem inside. Anyone can identify what it is for me.
Oh, may I? As he points over towards it and sort of steps towards.
Don't hurt yourself.
Okay. He gently lifts, looks over on the side, and inspects the gem, and he says, "Oh, this is a career maker. God. I don't even make... Darling, the value of this, I wouldn't even make this in a year, and I'm being modest when I say I make a fair chunk of money." Whoo!
I don't need it sold. I need it identified. I need to know what it does.
Well, I know just the person you're gonna want.
Not a word to anyone.
Okay. Do you know the sisters down by the beach?
DM, do I know the sisters down by the beach?
You have no idea what he's referencing.
Bola just
Yes.
shakes her head.
No, I can identify that for you, right?
He looks over and says,
You couldn't at the time.
I
well,
can now.
Yeah.
there's a holy order, an order of the matriarchs of the Morrigan, down on the front, and they, if you need to know something about weapons and war, they have it. I'm telling you.
All right.
I'll go and make some representations for you, and I'll see if I can send them your way.
I want the Jones first.
We'll get them done first now. Yeah, gotta get them. He stops, pauses, takes that big breath in, looks at you and says, "Impressive. You gotta take me out for a drink sometime. We gotta catch up. We absolutely must, darling, we must." As he turns round, pops it down and walks out. Again, doesn't say goodbye, he just turns around and walks at that point.
She'll, escort them out and lock the door and just go, fuck.
Are we all just turning into Geralt?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Zach turned into Paul O'Grady there for a minute.
I don't know what that is.
Do you know what I don't like about you, Rob? You get all of my references. That is exactly who I was channeling. I was channeling my inner...
Who is that?
Paul O'Grady is a
television host.
Television host in Britain who is known for his high campiness. And he talks like this, darling. Absolutely must. Absolutely must. He's great. He's a treasure. Loves dogs. Does loads of things about dogs. It's just great. I tell you, do you know what? Actually, I've just realised he really would be like if he was born today, he would be like, those cutesy queer TikTokers that you get who just do everything. Their whole channel's about dogs. Like that would have been his thing if he were born today. But instead, he did a TV show where he interviews people and spends half of it talking about dogs, despite it not ostensibly being about dogs. It's great. Is he alright?
Well, it's turning into a mob boss. This is not what I wanted.
I know, this is not exactly what...
exactly what I was...
It's not exactly what I was planning either, but it happens.
It fucking happened.
Yeah. So, moving on. We are going to come back around to several days later. Bulla, in the meantime, the place has been cleaned up, and he sort of asked you to get a couple of smaller fights going. after this session, we'll have an out-of-character conversation about the fact that you now have passive revenue, and there's a set of things because you now own a business, and so we're going to have to deal with that rule set. So we'll work up a one-on-one on that to work out the rule set for you owning a business. But yes, a couple of fights shall take place after it's clean.
I will say the one rule is no fight to the deaths. Only honorable. If the crowd comes in, I will personally hurt them.
Yep. Perfect. I like it.
So amongst those days, Bullet, you do realize I know legend lore now, right?
Yeah, but
you did not have to take that. I've got legend lore.
Well,
Okay, it's a
also,
passion.
I don't think she fully wants you guys to know exactly
fair
what
enough.
she's doing at the moment.
Fair enough.
Especially Merrick. Because I just feel like Merrick's gonna be like, Bolo, what the fuck? But also she needs. I don't
During
think
his
she would
downtime.
want. Yeah, I don't think she necessarily wants you guys to identify the hammer because you guys are gonna be like, why do you still have this? Also, the
Starlights wouldn't
Morgan
be like
people.
that.
Yeah,
I don't care either.
So, I'm going to come around. For the rest of you, we're going to move to a scene, but I want to come to you quickly for your sort of rundown of what you think you're going to be up to in your downtime. Saralize, what we up to? I'm going back in the voice. It's just too fun.
And now he's Alan Carr.
Darling.
Darling.
Yeah, for Saralize, what's she up to?
So she's going to be performing for the celebration.
Excellent. Roll me a D10,
Trying
please.
to
Roll me
a
2d10,
D10.
actually.
2d10.
I know, can I ask one thing? For one of those performances, can Salvo join in on that?
Oh, he wants to get up and do some performances.
No, well, it's sort of like, okay, so...
Wrong type of performance.
Not that kind of performance. No. So basically what I want to do, just I guess I can assist her in this way. I basically want to use my spirit guardians.
Ooh.
And instead of making them like attack, I just want them to do like a can jig in a line sort of
Yeah,
thing.
type it, yeah.
K-pop
Okay,
group.
so-
K-pop group.
One of the
Oh.
things that she's going to be doing with the performance is she now knows Dragon's Breath. So she's going to do like full on like performance and then
Yeah. Oh, that's so the pair of you getting in on this. We've got the Dragon's Breath. We've got the fucking Spirit Guardians. This is epic.
Wait, did you win it as percentile or just two separate?
Two separate ones.
That's a 6 and it rolled as a 0. So 10?
Yeah. Lovely. You make 16. Silver feels like too little. Yeah, we'll go with
Over multiple days.
over multiple
That's
days.
like
gold.
that's like people just giving gold as
Yeah.
they're drinking.
Yeah. Do you know what? As they're drinking, it's that. Yeah, they're drinking. It's festivities. You make 16 gold in tips from your bit where people are just throwing silver pieces and copper pieces, and it adds up to 16 gold. Yeah. And it goes down. It is the talk. On this day, you do later find out that the newspaper, the Azarok Times, actually does have in there, you have had your first review from a critic who has written about your performance, and the Winimere's Fall has now been reviewed in the citywide newspaper.
And how did that go?
The critic was largely complimentary. And only criticism seemed to be on specific technique where they felt like you could have done certain dance numbers a little bit better. Yeah, it's nitpicking, but beyond that, they have a glowing radiance of praise for you.
You guys in the morning, when it comes out, you just see her going, I invite them to get up there and dance, you motherfucker!
Yeah, I love it. Yep. And you also on that, at your rating, you have been given a solid 9.5 out of 10 rating by them. And you the Winimere's Fall has been rated as a 3-star tavern, which is very good. Yeah,
That's awesome.
we need to go over the business mechanic at some point, Dean, over the way that the tavern works.
It's not pressing. It's all
It's
good.
not pressing, but that reminds me just at some point. Because I've been doing it in the background here. We've just never had the conversation, so I've got like a pile of money here for you.
I imagine it's going to like Tara, and
Tara.
I have like an RESP for my daughter.
Yeah, like I fully imagine that Tara's just kind of managing it, and like every time she sends you out to go and get groceries, she's just like, "Here, have some money," and you're just like, "Okay, sure," and you just kind of go.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Hello, Ezreal.
Hello.
Hi, Ez.
She, lovely. What is Salvar going to be up to, and what's Merrick going to be up to?
Barrett, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
I got a couple things and possibly like a quick conversation, so up to you.
I only want to do two things. So, like, on one of those nights, preferably the night that I perform with Sarah Lies, I would probably be trying to make some new concoctions behind the bar.
Ooh.
Because you know, sort of like get like a line of new shots or something like that, something to introduce with like the canard leaf and obviously maybe the other stuff that we got.
Herbalism kit check. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to use for this one.
Which I do have, funnily enough, and I think I have an enhanced one as well that I stole.
Yeah, you've got the fancy one, and you have proficiency, and it uses one of your good mods. So yeah, you're quite good at these.
So what do I roll for this in total?
This is wisdom plus proficiency.
Wisdom plus proficiency, right.
Vodka and LSD, we call
that
it.
That is natural 20.
Hey! You...
Still only 3 stars.
I'm trying to think of a name here, because I've got an idea of trying to think of something that...
What is it?
So, I'm going to tell you what you create here.
Oh, okay.
The reason I'm going to do that is to say, because you're playing around with a canar's leaf, you want to experiment with a new type of shot. You don't create what you intend to create.
Oh, okay.
You set aside one of your failed mixtures, and a couple of people have some just for like shits and gigs. And you realize that you have accidentally created a hypnotic version of the same canar's leaf preparation that is regularly available here. And you realize that it's like a very trance-inducing as opposed to hallucinatory. And so I'm trying to think of a name for it.
I'm the mixologist version of Heisenberg.
Yeah, you've created like a really mellow
grape that
is super trancing.
So instead of there's THC and CBD, you just like intensified the CBD.
Yeah, this is like...
I'm Heisenberg. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
I would take it.
I'm going to think of a name for that. I'm going to think of a name for it in the back of my mind if you guys have any ideas. But yeah, you've effectively created a very nice drink that can be sold at a premium here. So there's going to be the money boost to the place.
I mean,
cool.
There is the hypnotic pattern.
Oh, the hypnotic pattern.
Could be. That's not bad.
I like that.
I hope I get commission for this. But anyway,
I will say the other bit that comes here with this is that with this, you can, as you're the mixologist, you can train to develop expertise in using a herbalism kit.
Okay.
And I will count, if you want to, I will count this as like an actual progress step towards developing expertise.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
The second thing I wanted to do, I just want to confirm one thing.
Got one.
Is Rayleigh still frightened of me?
Yeah, she's not like super like she doesn't like hide anymore. But she still isn't like super comfortable around you. She's getting there. Like she can be around you in the room, but she doesn't like she won't hug you or anything. She hugs everybody.
Okay.
But not Wayne, obviously, and not you.
One thing I'm gonna go find a sort of like a very minor magical merchant.
Mm-hmm.
And see if I can inquire a magical chalkboard.
Ooh.
So basically, hopefully what I can find is something along the lines of like a chalk that won't, won't ever go away, but also one that sort of like when you write on the chalkboard itself, it sort of like neatens up and neatens up the handwriting as well.
Yeah. Like the psychic paper if you wrote on it.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So... yeah, you can do that. That's going to set you back about 55 gold pieces.
I need, to find I need to find a minor magic shop, and they can sell me like an etch-a-sketch.
Basically.
The magical etch-a-sketch.
Yeah.
I'm now broke. That is exactly how much
Anyone
money I
ask
had.
Bulla for money?
I mean, because we haven't discussed payment yet or anything like that. So I'm just like, this is all the money I had on me at the time. So
yeah, you literally just went in your pockets and went, "Fuck, it's all I have." Okay, fine, and just gave it up. In fairness, you don't have any bills, so you know.
Yeah, true. But I am officially broke, as in like skint broke, as in like nothing, not even a copper to my name.
Oh.
So what you're saying is Sarlize is currently your sugar mama.
yeah.
Pretty much. I had to trade sexual favors and shit like that.
So as
I buy that and sort of like. If I'm at the bar one day, I just sort of like screw it over to sort of like and then sort of back up slightly because I don't have to deal with kids and sort of like.
Right. Okay. Charisma check.
Oh, I'm actually good at these actually. Oh no, that's a charisma save. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not a save.
Okay, I'm gonna use a cog dice for this. That is a 18 plus. Charisma, so that's an 18 plus 3.
Yeah. So, that's good. She takes it and runs off with it and doesn't say a word.
Okay.
We will come back to
say words no matter what.
Oh, that was kind of the point in the board as well. That's kind of like.
Yeah. She just like takes it, looks, does the quick smile, and just runs off with it. Upstairs and hides.
It's more. I'm giving it to her more as a gesture of like, "Hey, I know I'm scary looking, but I'm not a threat."
Yeah, no, she did that. That's fine. You rolled well. You'll find out the results later.
Okay.
The seed has been planted. We will find out what fruit it bears.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna come over to Merrick. What does Merrick do in the downtime?
Couple just narrative and quick things. On the day of Sylvanas Day, Merrick will walk up behind Sarlize and Salvar, and they were joking a second ago, but like his fatherly instincts kick in, and he puts a hand on both of their shoulders, which is kind of like this, but puts a hand on both their shoulders, leans between them, and just says, "We're all going to have a very fun night tonight, but I will remind you that my 7-year-old daughter is going to be in the room with us. So we are going to have decent fun, right?"
I wasn't going to do anything indecent. I'm mostly performing, dear.
Sure.
Wrong type of performance, Merrick!
I walk away, and over my shoulder I say, "I hear you performing every night down the hall."
Oh! Wow!
Look, it's not my fault. I have quite the developed set of lungs.
Yes.
Keep it decent.
I'm just going to use sending to send a message to Merrick, just saying, "You know, I can make you deaf if you want, you know."
Next,
I'll
respond in my head and say, "Next time, I'm just casting silence on your room."
That's about what I actually. I was going to say, do I know silence?
Can I just say something right now? And I am not saying this.
Nice cock.
Where did that come from?
That came from.
Oh, right.
Sound.
Oh, man. Oh, no, it's the bits one. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the bits one. Oh, that's excellent. I love sound alerts so much.
Anyways,
So you do that. I will just very quickly say something as the DM, entirely out of character. I have DM'd for a fair number of groups now. I love the party dynamic in this the best. You guys have just like won the party dynamic, right? I love the things that you guys have in that interpersonal roleplay. It's perfect. I love it. Mwah.
It's just like it's the subtle jabs that we give each other, but they're all like in good nature.
It just shows such an understanding not only of your own characters but each other's characters, and it is delightful. Yeah.
I'm relatively happy to gloss over Wayne spending basically the entirety of their downtime in the sewers hunting down this kobold?
Oh no, I've got stuff for you. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'll zip through. Sorry.
No, don't worry about.
No, I know that.
It's the point. It's the point of the session. So
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those sessions. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. We have the Sylvanas Day thing. Merrick will begin the night drinking, being merry, having fun. He will he'll play with Rayleigh by like casting silent image into like her favorite animal and have her chase it.
That's perfect. Yeah.
It's like a dog chasing a remote control car or something like that. Just...
No, right?
No. It's,
Yeah. That's goofy.
Do you have one,
then,
it's because of that drink I made you, you know.
But then the night gets later and it's like close to when Rayleigh's probably going to be going to bed. As Tara like takes her up to put her down, Merrick is
Isaac.
Zick.
Jack, who has turned his monitor off and muted himself.
Maybe someone came to the door.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. Yeah.
Could be.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Well, hello.
Well,
Put pause.
Joining.
Then here, everyone, enjoy a dance.
I miss this meme so much.
Oh, Zach's back. Perfect.
Zach just came back and went full white boy.
We didn't hear anything about you leaving, so it was just like,
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm back. That's all right. Just some meds going on in the background. I'll deal with it in a moment, so it's all good. But yes, getting back into it. So I missed out part of the way. So you're saying that Merrick is...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the game, done the hypnotic image, then later in the night...
As Rayleigh goes up to bed, he's a little... What the fuck?
Chat!
I can't see the chat, sorry.
Sunflower said, Zach, no. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Sunflower, I love you so much.
Throwing it back.
I have never been so roasted. Like, ow, I felt that in my soul.
Fucking gorgeous.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That was perfect, Sunflower.
Who needs enemies when I have Sunflower in chat? Bloody
Damn right.
I kind of love you a little Sunflower now.
Yeah, we all do.
I need an admission to the Burns unit at this point, right?
Yeah.
So, Merrick, what were you saying?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so
back on track. Sorry.
Back to my wholesome shit. Actually, so Merrick's like not drunk, but he's like tipsy.
Yeah.
The night's going on around him, and like if anyone sees him, he's just sitting in a corner, and there's a soft smile on his face. But it's Sylvanas Day, so that brings his memories to his past, and he looks to a charm on his wrist. And I'll recast silent image in my hand, and a little illusion of a human woman in her like 50s appears, and this is Merrick's mother, and he looks at her, and he's just been going off of a memory for a very long time, so apparating an actual image in front of him helps. But a part of him is also curious. Zach, does Rayleigh look like her?
Rayleigh does. Rayleigh is the spitting image. Like you recognize in Rayleigh a lot of Tara, and what isn't Tara. What isn't Tara is Merrick's mother. Yeah, you see a lot of that in her. She has this same...
I'm a wholesome cry.
They both have a unique feature in their eyes. Both your mother and you and Rayleigh all have a slight offset in their left eye where there's a little divot on the corner of the pupil. It's entirely cosmetic. Something the average person doesn't know. but it is one of those little things that you remember about her, and you remember, and you see it, and it always reminds you, because you know it's the part of her that you carry. You carry a wreath, and you've always got the mark in your eye.
The smile stays, and he's gonna close his hand, dispelling the image, and unwrap the charm on his wrist, and just kind of just fiddle with that for the night. That is that for that night.
Yeah.
Is it important, Rob?
I gotta ask one quick thing. Being observant at the bar, did Salvage see this? I'm not going to do anything. I just want to know if I saw it. How clear did I see it?
Pretty clear.
Bear in mind, devil's sight.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Okay, that's it. That's all I want. That's cool.
That's cool. Yep. Well, he wasn't hiding it anyway.
Yeah, next day. What was it you want to do on the next day?
With some of the money Merrick has had, and with wanting to keep himself safe for the sake of himself and his family, is there a place I can buy +1 studded leather armor?
Ooh, you definitely can.
Bump up my AC a little bit. I just need to know a price, pretty much.
For all that kind of stuff, I actually am going to ask you to go into a bit of a scene, because I haven't had to introduce you I have not introduced you to Grofnar yet. And I think it might be a really opportune moment to introduce you all to Grofnar. Grofnar is another armourer. He is an armourer trader. He doesn't build his weapons, he buys and trades weaponry. And runs a weaponsmiths. So he stocks himself, when he lived in Winimere, almost certainly from Bulla's parents, as well as others like imports and exports. His thing is not just the regular weapons, but is weapons and armour of, from far-flung places, all of these rarities and oddities. And Grofnar is a very, very tall Goliath, who has very soft facial features, and is a very quietly spoken man in general. Very much a bookworm. He's an intellectual guy rather than a heavy hitter. And has an absolute fascination. He is hyper-focused in his life. He is never particularly that animated until you get talking to him about weapons. He is immediately excited and will not shut the fuck up once you get him going. And you are able to get studded leather armor from him. +1 studded leather armor would cost you.
I mean, if he has +2, I'll consider it, but that's probably considerably more expensive.
Yeah, we're talking
if he even has it
above 1,000 gold for +2.
I don't have that much.
Yeah, he does have the regular sort of +1 studded leather for +1. However, slightly cheaper is the glamoured studded leather that is +1, as it is more common for studded leather in this world. So you can get the studded for 500. No, you can get the one with the glamour at 500, and the regular one you get at 575.
So, sorry, 500 for regular, 575 for glamoured.
Other way
around.
Oh, same.
Glamoured is the cheaper one.
Weird. It's weird that an extra enchantment makes it cheaper.
More commonly used, studded leather is a matter of the bards. So it's a matter of like supply and demand. It's easier to build because there's more of the glamoured stuff.
Merrick's not a haggler, but he does not need the glamoured shit. So he's gonna ask it. I don't mind. I can make myself unseen. I don't need to make my armor unseen. Can I just have the regular armor for the other price, the cheaper price?
Well, Merrick, I couldn't. I mean, you are a very honourable gentleman, but it costs into my line too much, my bottom line. I couldn't. Not for 500. My margin is barely 80 on that.
Okay. He's not a barterer, so he figured he'd try. I'll just buy the regular.
Cool. So
575.
575. Do you have that in personal wealth? Remind me.
I have 50 platinum, which equates to 500 on its own. And it will bankrupt me, but I have that in the rest.
Hey, welcome to the club.
You're both skint. Well, you guys, I also would say you could totally ask for the party fund to buy for those. Well, maybe not so much the toy, but for that sort of thing, you could definitely like chip into, or at the very least, you could ask the party fund to put some money towards it, because the party fund is money that you've jointly earned, and it's.
I'm going to point out.
Party fund is.
Could you throw 50 gold from this?
Yeah.
From the party fund?
Can do. So
because
that's
then I still have some change,
Yeah.
which is all Merrick ever really needs.
So
Awesome.
so just so you guys know, we are currently at 4 platinum, 110 gold, 84 silver for the party fund.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. I do that. I'll add that to my thing when we go to the next person. But there was one semi-quick conversation I wanted to have with Tara.
Lovely.
Tara. I'm sorry, you said it that way and it made me think Tia Beds.
Tara with the tartars.
I'll wait till she like joins me in our room one night, and just get ready, all the same stuff. It's happy, and then I'll just kind of like lean on the windowsill and look outside and just say, how deep are we going to go with all this? By that I mean,
it's one of those evenings, right? Okay. Oh, she sits up.
I am bad with these things, you know that, but I didn't live amongst people for a very long time, so I didn't have to abide by their rules. And in Winimere, especially for the last few months of us living there, we had no other choice but to work against the government, work behind the law, work against the guard, and work with criminals. What we're building here, will it be a legitimate guild? Or are we just becoming a crime organization that works under the law?
Merrick, I don't talk about my extended family a lot. I mean, you've seen my mother, obviously, but I don't talk about my brothers often, and I'm not ashamed of them, I just don't know much about them. But I will tell you an important lesson they taught me. They were guild members. And I wondered, growing up, why was it that they were allowed to kill people, but other people did it and it was murder, and they did it and it was legit?
A bounty.
And I asked my brother this. I was a little child. And he decided, to put it bluntly, all violence is illegitimate until it is useful. People die when they need to be dead. And the people that make them dead, well, they're a criminal until they're useful.
I should rephrase what I've said. As per usual, I've been unable to get my actual point across. I'm not opposed to being criminals. This city, like a lot of cities, like a lot of governments, is corrupt to the core. There is blatant problems with it. There's good within it as well, and we're already working with some of that good, and I'm happy with that. But my caution is the enemies we will make if we go down this path.
In that regard, Merrick, that is largely a similar point. I imagine that we will develop a guild that will one day be recognized. In the meantime, we will skirt around some things. And I'm not going to lie to you, Merrick. I want to talk to that Kuatoa.
We can hunt that down at some point.
But to do so, I can see a situation where we may have to combat and possibly even severely harm guardsmen.
There's ways around that, but you're not wrong.
There are, but even if we managed not to harm any of them, we would still be breaking a criminal out of a prison in the Citadel. We would be a hostile force breaching the single most secure area in this entire city.
Yeah, we're no longer sitting on the fence in that moment.
Yeah, that kind of quite solidly puts us in a pretty. That's treason.
Not to mention that Bulla is quite literally running an underground syndicate of fight rings as
well. Yeah, that does kind of.
You don't know that
yet. Retcon. Redacted.
Yep.
Merrick has another fourth wall breaking moment.
Yeah, sorry.
Why did I want to say that? Why did I want to say that?
You were 3 blocks away from me, and I still heard you.
So, okay, hang on, I gotta stop you there. In that case, it's your own fault for having such high passive perception. You can hear Salvar and Salvar banging at the end.
No one else hears it, just me.
It's just Merrick.
Oh God, I hear suction. Oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, okay. So sorry. Hi, hello, my wife.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, back, Tara. Right. So she says, she says, we have already broken a fair number of rules. I don't think that killing Smitty was entirely kosher. Not to mention the not technically illegal, but not really traded. That bomb. God, it has the worst name. Downstairs.
Fair enough. I would just...
We're going to make enemies, and we're going to paint a target. The point of painting a target, however, is we don't make it so directly attributable. The People's Union will make enemies, and so long as it's not entirely clear who's in charge, we maintain a degree of separation. And failing that, frankly, Merrick, it's been quite some time since I've got to use my axe. I got a taste for it, and if someone wants to try and square some sort of score, I am more than happy to bury it in their face.
Just as long as we are standing for the right things.
Yeah. You look at our people out there. She stands up, puts the dressing gown on, and moves...
I'm just nude.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say...
Full standing in front of the window.
Yeah.
Hello, neighbors. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, she has a little dressing gown. You see that she moves the curtain a bit and sort of gestures towards this little district we have here, this city. Their ruler is a good man. The king, well, the prince, he's sweet. Seems nice enough, but about as useful as a jelly pickaxe, really. These people, they don't need a king, a prince. They don't need a general or a warrior. They need protectors. She smiles at you and she says, They need a father. People who can watch out for them, who protects them from the danger in their best interest. And these are our people now. We got them this far, and I don't want to abandon them now.
I'll then end the chat with, I'll reach out and just grab her hand and say, all I've ever been is a weapon, but I'm glad I'm finally being wielded by someone who has decent morals.
Giggity.
Ayo!
You want to caress my weapon? No.
By the way, Dean, that sucks. That I wasn't ready for that.
I broke you. I broke you.
That didn't kill me.
Yeah.
Also, also out of character, what time, Vic, do you need to?
I've got 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay, let's fucking go. That's it. That was all I had.
Okay, that's all right.
I'm gonna update my notes and add my armor.
If you had anything else for me, you guys can keep going without me. If you had anything else for me, we can do this last 8 minutes and then, you know.
I haven't got anything else directly for Bulla right now, so that's okay. If we don't finish on time, I'm gonna try and aim to end at 10, but in 8 minutes. But I'm happy to keep moving so we can.
We will end soon.
We've got Wayne's bit, that's the thing. It's just,
Wayne. We've got Wayne's bit, and we've got something else. But Wayne, your diagram describes to you the Scotch and I managed this earlier! I practiced! Right.
He slams his desk and somehow turns off his PC again.
The Scotch Nomicon.
Scotch and Aromicon.
Scotch and Aromicon. There you go.
I think he was in Squid Games.
No, the Scotch and Aromicon.
Scotch and Aromicon
is a repository. It's a museum. It's open to the public very loosely. You have to be someone with the right kind of connections to be able to go and see. But it is a gallery of various fine jewels and arcane artifacts that is dedicated to the time before the war. It includes like relics and artifacts from like long dead nations and various things like that. It is owned by the lady in waiting to the crown. She is the second in line to the throne. The Lady Anuba has this particular gem in it. It's not actually one of the major pieces. This gem is like just a general like, here's a nice thing. The dwarves found it real long time ago. Just kind of on the side. But the Lady Anuba runs this place. And you're going through the sewers as you are looking for decent entries. You see that this is generally quite well covered. Along the way, however, you're sort of using a lantern light to look around and
I have Devil's Sight.
Oh, you have Devil's Sight. So you're not. You are sort of walking down, taking I almost imagine it would be like, not quite robotic, but it's like very standardized kind of movements to like move to one position, turn, look, inspect the seal, move, and, you know, like inspect.
Playing Lara Croft on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah. When you realize that you're being followed, there's movement that seems... You noticed it a few times, you just assumed that was the usual detritus that moves through the sewers. But you're now certain that it's following you, because it's a similar sound, a scratching sound, that seems to be following behind you.
It would get to a point where there would be like a long stretch, and Wayne would literally just turn around and say, "You have one opportunity to present yourself, otherwise I will hunt you to the ends of the earth."
Hey, dude, we don't need that. You just kind of looked a bit sketchy, and I wanted to figure out what's going on. Please, no murder.
I'm a man wearing a helmet in a sewer.
Yeah, like I say, wanted to figure out what your deal was.
You're in the sewer too.
Yeah, you can't currently see him. Like, you can hear him talking, but because of the echo, you can't quite tell where he is or how far away from you he is.
I would much prefer if this was an actual conversation as opposed to me just yelling into nothing.
Okay, can you not, like, blow me up? Like, I don't know what you magic people do, but, like, when I come out, can you not, like, send me back in time or whatever?
I wouldn't send you back in time because that would mean this entire conversation was pointless.
Sorry, I love Wayne so much.
I fucking love Wayne.
So, he goes, okay, I suppose that, like, makes some sense. And you realise that this is a 5-foot tall rat person that just scurries along and then gets close to you and then stands up on the hind legs with its like little scuttly hands and just goes like, yeah,
Hello.
hi, sorry, it's just, you know, my bit of the sewer and just wondering who was coming through, and you look really interesting. I wanted to figure
I'm
out
Wayne.
what's going on. Hi, Wayne.
You are?
Peter Pettigrew.
No, sorry. My brain's drawn a blank. I named him. Where's his name?
7-foot frame, rats all down his back. What
Yeah.
you call his
My
name?
friends just call me Cug. I don't really got anything else to go by.
Wayne takes out Wayne completely like disregards the fact that he's given his name because ultimately they're on name basis now. Wayne pulls out the wanted poster. I'm looking for this thief.
He goes, yeah, I know him.
Could you direct me to his location?
Yeah, I could.
Will you?
All right, go on. He says, well, actually, I do want one thing though.
What's that?
A hot meal would be nice. Like, don't get me wrong, the garbage down here is lovely, but just saying hot would be nice for a change.
Wayne takes out one of his rations, just straight up, puts it down in his hands, and then casts prestidigitation to make it warm.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
You got what you wanted, now you can give me what I want.
Sure, just 1 second. just like it just absolutely just descends into it.
No reaction.
Yeah.
If ever there was a D&D version of the grapefruit technique, I mean, don't ever YouTube that.
Never.
Oh, please.
So,
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's not. But no, don't. Still, nonetheless. He just does just chews away, just destroys this thing and annihilates it. Hands you back your mess tin.
Don't need it.
Oh, can I keep it?
No.
I've never. Oh. So, do I put it on the floor or something?
Wayne takes the mess tin and puts it back. Just
Okay. Right, well, it's this way. He leads you down the way, and as he takes you down one of the side alleys, you find the thief just lying down, fully asleep, just covered in trash, in a big pile.
thank you.
I gotta go, guys. I'll be watching though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I also have to say, Sunflower Surprise coming in with the 5-foot tall rat person. I have a fucking name. Love it. So,
Great.
You may want to.
Hydrate.
You may want to leave at this point for your own safety.
This is the longest conversation I've had with a person in a very long time. I don't mind.
I use unsettling presence.
Okay, he fucking dashes out the range of that and kind of waits and watches from a background. Nothing happens.
I check the kobold to see if he's dead.
He's dead.
Oh, last guy. You mean a dihydrate, by the way.
Who killed him?
Don't Don't know. There's a lot of people down here that'll shank you for fucking nothing. He
Are
might
you
have...
one of those people?
I mean, not in this occasion, but yes.
Who killed him?
Yeah, again, don't know. There's like a bunch of people it could be.
Who's most likely to have killed him?
Trying to think of a name. Fuck it. Fucking Dave! He's round the corner.
God
Fucking
damn it, Dave!
Yeah.
Could... Actually... Let me think.
Ooh.
Nope. Don't have that anymore. Who's...
Back the body.
Well, first of all, Wayne will get... He'll take out his shovel, and it's one of those things where it's like everything's work concrete, so I imagine that the rat person's going to be like, what are you doing? And then he uses his shovel to decapitate the kobold. Not even in like an axe chop, in like he positions it like he's going to put it in the floor to like do some gardening and puts his foot on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The rat person goes, fucking hell, that was impressive. You got like really big arms or something?
He actually, without saying anything, pulls the sleeve back on his missing arm.
Yeah.
To show like the ghostly ectoplasm arm underneath all of the clothes.
Yep. Oh, fucking hell, what's this shit? That's weird. Please don't get the goo on me. That looks gooey.
Let's call it otherworldly strength.
Okay. Is it
I
like
need
contagious?
No, unless you want to die and come back. No.
No, I don't want that.
I need another thief. And I need to know where he kept his stash.
Oh. Wait, I don't get it.
Who? I'm guessing someone killed this person to take his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, who down here has got the most stuff?
Steve. Steve's got a whole bunch of stuff.
Can you take me to see Steve, please?
I
When I
love
say-
how
when I say
these
stuff-
kobolds are getting Dave.
When I say
Steve.
stuff, I mean gold.
Oh, gold. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
that's not
stuff.
Steve then.
That's not Steve. No. Yeah, he got stuff like that. I think
Okay.
he's got the best cans though. Those are great. I'll show you.
Well, I tell you what, if you show me and I do what I want to do, we'll see about you getting some cans.
Oh my god, I've never had a present from a friend. Thank you. And he starts leading you down
You're welcome.
the sewer.
And yeah, follows.
Yeah, you see that Steve is another much larger kobold, but like quite an older looking one that's very disheveled and has like wispy, where like these developed almost looks like whiskers, where he's got facial hair, but it's so few bits and it's grey, it looks almost like bendy whiskers.
A kobold with a Fu Manchu.
Yeah, a real messy Fu Manchu. Yeah. Oh god, who you brought with you then, Cuck? He looks awesome.
Thank you.
That's a real cool arm. I want an arm like that.
I mean, he doesn't have his arm on display anymore.
Oh, sorry, I thought I kind of just assumed
No.
it was still there.
I need your help.
Okay, yeah, I can help you. What you want?
I need to find out who killed this kobold.
I could help you with that, but by any chance are you here to thank them or murder the person who did the murdering?
Asking for a friend.
I'm here to ask them for help.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can help you. I murdered him. Sorry, you're making
Eldritch Blast.
I would like his stuff, please.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Like, yeah. He had this real neat thing though. Can I keep like one bit?
Depends on what it is.
He had this really cool ring, and he puts the ring up. This is the tattiest piece of shit you've seen in your life. It's nothing, right? It looks like enamel.
You can definitely keep that, yes.
Oh, great. This thing's awesome. Okay, here's his stuff. He just points down, and you see that he literally has just got, like, this big, like, worn-down box that he keeps stuff in with a misspelt word, stuff, on the top that he has written onto it. He opens it, and you can just see all of the gold that this thief and all the other bits this thief had taken just in a pile in the corner. Most of what is in here though is just trash. It is pieces of enamel mug. It's little like flat bits of slate that he's like made a carving into. It's just fucking useless. And you see the cans.
How much gold is in there?
How much gold was there on the bounty, if I remember correctly? Sorry, I wrote it. Wrong piece of paper. You're looking for 80. You're being paid. Was it 50 you're being paid? Yeah. You're being paid 50 and you're looking for 80 gold.
So the bounty was recover the stolen gold.
Yeah, the bounty was bring him in. So you're recovering the stolen shit. But yeah, the bounty is being paid separately to that. So you're getting a bounty as well, plus anything else you get, which is in here. There's like 110 gold in here.
I will take all of the gold, and then I will kind of look and go, this isn't enough.
Oh, what do you mean? I ain't hiding anything.
It's not. I need a collection of things.
What things?
Items, knickknacks.
Oh. Okay, well, I've got plenty of those.
I need a gilded skull.
Ooh.
I need a ruby.
Ah.
And what are you interested in?
Me?
Yes.
Oh. I really, really, really want a map. I want to see a map. That'd be really cool.
Okay.
that there fucking killed me. Go on.
Well, what I can say is that Doug is after some cans. So in this wonderful day, if he could leave with 3 cans.
Oh, but the cans are so cool. Okay, but will I get a map?
Maybe.
Ooh. Roll a persuasion check right now. You have advantage.
Mm. 17. 13. So 17 plus 9 is a 26.
Yeah. He's like, oh god, I can't wait for that map. Yeah, sure. Here you go. And hands over 3 cans.
So I give the 3 cans to Doug.
Mm.
And I take the gold that you said there was 110 of?
Yeah.
And then I will stand up with the head and start to leave.
Nice. Kug kind of like follows for a little bit and like tries to make conversation with you. It's like, these cans are amazing. Like, thank you so much for getting me the cans. These are really cool.
I'm glad you like them. Now you have
I
to find
know
them
this
map.
is just an innocent conversation, but every time you say cans, my brain is in the fucking gutter.
So you basically sent Kug off to go and find a map.
No, I basically said he should find a map. I didn't say he should go right now.
Okay.
Other question. The place with all of the shinies and the lots of guards.
Oh yeah, the Scotty Reebok.
Yes, the place that you know, the DM really struggles to say.
Now the NPC will struggle too, therefore it covers over.
I need a way in
I'm
there.
not struggling, the NPC is.
I need a way in there.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Well, I mean, it's not great. Like, a bunch of people get murdered every time they try and go in. But, like, I know a way in. It's just only a mild chance of murder.
Just a mild chance of murder.
Well, if you wouldn't mind taking me to that location, that would be wonderful.
Oh, cool. It's just around a corner. You want to follow me?
Absolutely.
He, like, scurries away, gets onto his four paws, is just scurrying away as he's quite excitedly, hurriedly showing you to this spot. He shows you to a door that looks out of use. It's like a proper, like, metal door.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, if you wait here for a bit, sometimes you get some of the guards with the big weapons and whatnot. They come down here and they have a smoke. And it's great because you can sit nearby and you can breathe it all in, and then it's all relaxing when you get to sort of sit around and breathe it all in.
So the guards come down here through this door.
Yeah. Yeah, they come down here to smoke.
If you come with me, I'm pretty sure that museums like this actually have maps in them.
Ooh, I could get him a map, couldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I could come with you.
I go to open the door.
Door's locked.
It's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to attempt to pick the lock.
Okay. You're going to try lock picking. Okay.
Yes.
Give me the roll.
Wow. Because I don't have thieves' tools, I rolled a disadvantage, and I still managed to roll an 18, so that's a 22.
Nice.
Wayne, the skill flows back to you as you... I need you to give me a... No, I don't actually. Wrong door. Boop, boop, boop. You just hear this wailing sound echoing from the inside as this sound starts clanging away, and an alarm is activated.
Blip out of there.
I cast invisibility on myself and him.
Oh shit! Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I wasn't expecting you to try and go in immediately, so we're improvising now. But sure. You cast invisibility on the both of you. You're both invisible.
And I pull him to the wall. Like I literally. And we just wait.
Okay. Like, what do we do next? Because I don't want to go risk the chance of the murder.
Because essentially, I'm saying you go in.
Yeah.
To where the open door is.
Yeah.
And then you hug the wall immediately, and we're gonna wait for the guards
to go out.
Yeah.
Cool. So you go in. A bunch of guards come thundering down. These ones look a bit different to most of the ones you've seen. These have like proper. These are big guys, very fancy, very heavily embroidered armor. Again, you're thinking the Gondor, right? Like
Yeah.
The Trust Fund Club, the soldiers that are very fancy, like plate armor as they come chundling down and immediately step outside and start looking round the sewer.
As soon as all the guards are past, I shut the door, hoping that it auto locks.
It locks back into place.
And then I go up the stairs. I'm still holding on to the rat folk, so he's not just going to be like invisible without knowing where I am as well.
Yeah. He goes, okay, this is really exciting. I would be worried about getting murdered, but you look really powerful, so I think we're going to be okay. Are we going to be okay?
Go get your map.
Map. Okay, cool.
I then let go of him.
Yep. And you just hear as you just hear the scurrying away.
And I'm going to go and find this ruby.
You search around for a short while. I will require an investigation check.
Investigation. That is a 12.
Okay. It takes you a while. You keep getting into like dead ends. And it's like, oh fuck, have I been down this one again? This place gets like really samey after a while. Like the corridor layout is just not intuitive. And even trying to keep reference by the artifacts, so many of them, this is nonsense to you. You don't have any appreciation for what these fucking things are. You have no idea why this shiny bit is so much worth so much more than this shiny bit. You're just making no headway. And eventually, your eye draws over, looking back at the directions you were given by Tara. Your eye draws down. And you spot it. Annoyingly, it was right by where you came in.
Yeah.
And yeah, you find this jewel inside a little chamber.
So, are all of the guards that were currently inside locked out, like they can't see in here?
No, there are definitely more guards around. None of them have entered into the main hall here. You can hear guards and shouting and all sorts of things happening in the distance. None of them seem to have come into the main area where you are.
Okay, cool. In that case, then, I am going to break the case with the glass. With the ruby inside.
The chamber is not glass. You touch it and realize that it is some form of force field. The force field goes up, like, on the top half. It's just missing the bottom where it connects onto the actual podium itself.
And if I was to, say, destroy the podium underneath it?
Maybe. Would you like to destroy the podium underneath it?
Yeah, I'll launch a couple of Eldritch Blasts at it.
You... So anyway, I started blasting. And blow out the bottom of this part, and you just see, the force field... entirely empty on the bottom, and you just see it's in the middle of this little square. You just see the jewel sit there ready for you.
So, again, doing this as expediently as possible, because I attacked, invisibility is gone for both me and the rat folk. I'm grabbing the gem, and I'm using Silent Spell to dimension door myself out of the building.
You're abandoning Kug!
Yeah.
See ya, bitch.
Oh my god. Look, you can take him with you. You have
He's not there.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
He has to be like beside, right?
Yeah, you have to hold him. Yeah.
You have to be like holding hands and shit.
Yeah. There are
I have dimension door.
There are ranged teleportation spells like scatter, where you can like teleport yourself and
this
like,
is
people
not
within 30 feet of you, but it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, dimension door specifies.
Actually, saying that, no, I don't use Silent Spell. I use Distance Spell, so I teleport myself 1,000 feet away.
Yeah.
Literally, if I know the direction of the tavern from the museum, I'm just like...
Yep. Okie dokie. So, if you're moving 1,000 feet, I need you to give me a luck check to not appear inside someone's house.
Or a wall.
Because
no!
This works when you know where you're going, and it's
36.
Not bad.
Okay. If it was like a 99,
yeah.
bye.
So, you dimension door and appear on a roof. Like, you're this moment, you appear like 2 stories up on a roof. Realizing that, again, because you were in the citadel, you are somewhat elevated to the rest of the city. So you've appeared just like in the air just above a rooftop. It's a tad disorientating, but after a while you're able to figure out your way back down and to travel back home. What else would Wayne like to do with the rest of his downtime?
He will hand in the gold.
Yep.
Like he will actually, because you said it was hand in 80 to get 50, right?
Yeah.
He will prove that the perpetrator was Deed with the head.
Yep.
And then he wants to do something interesting, which is he wants to find a craftsman of some description.
Doable. Charles would probably be a good bet for you on that front.
Well, in that sense, I mean, first of all, Wayne wants to ask if he can loan some money or make use of some money if there's enough of it. Specifically, he would need about 150 gold if there's enough to spare, if someone's willing to give that to him. If Tara's willing to give that to him, if you know, but...
I honestly would have helped if I hadn't just bought armor.
Yeah,
I would have easily given you money. But yeah, I have.
How much does he need?
Cents left.
About 150 gold.
Okay. So we have 4 platinum,
That's 40.
110 gold, 84 silver for.
It would
Party.
It would be the gold and the platinum. if
it would
was the case.
empty the party fund of gold and
Mhm.
platinum.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Which, what is this again? Sorry, I missed like what this is to create.
What are we doing?
He hasn't
This
said.
is to take the kobold head that I once had.
Hmm.
That is going to then become the gilded skull.
Which is needed for a spell?
Yes.
I see.
And specifically because he has both items, he wants to take the ruby and have it held in the skull's mouth.
That's neat. What this is for Dream?
No, Dream. I have all of the stuff potentially for Dream.
Okay, what spell is this for? Just because it's the party fund, I want to know.
Vic,
Like, how
Vic
this
says
will
you
help
can
us.
ask Bulla.
Oh, okay.
Bulla's not here. It's for summon
Bulla's
undead.
in chat, so
It's for summon undead and infernal calling.
Infernal calling. I do not know that spell, but I mean, it's kind of down to either you take the party fund or you ask Bulla. And Victoria's saying, you could-
Tara is an option
Yeah.
as well.
And Tara, I
I'm
guess,
thinking Bulla probably since Victoria said.
yeah, I'd rather save if it was like taking a chunk out of the party fund. I'd be okay with
asking
it.
Bulla, would Bulla be willing to part with 150 gold? That's
Well, I'll
She is
tell
running
you,
the crime syndicate
the
now.
offer from Tara, Tara will loan money to you for that. But that would be sort of like, I'll take that back out of your cuts of bounties for a little while type thing. Yeah, she's won money underground, so she should be fine. Yeah, I reckon she could. If she's fine with it, then yeah, we can definitely have.
Did we get 100 gold each from the
No, as a party.
Oh,
We got
100 gold as a party for the guy
in total.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Smitty, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I will point one other thing out. You guys have a significant amount of like looted goods along the time that you could put into the party fund or sell, or that you've just never like gotten rid of.
We're at that level where spellcasting is expensive.
Yeah, and you've got
Like,
a lot of
very expensive.
That's why I'm
stupid
not
expensive.
picking up items that are going to get used. I'm picking up items that keep.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to pick up some ivory.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got a lot of stuff that you can sell to generate this money as well, and you have now got 2 passive businesses feeding into a party fund, in somewhat.
But yes, if I can ask Bulla to part with 150 gold.
We will. As she's not here, and as she's not in the stream, I don't think it's fair to keep pushing on that.
She's on the
Yeah, she's in chat.
Yeah, but it's on the VODs and stuff. She's
Yeah.
not in the game, so
Yeah.
let's just.
Well, in that
we can
sense,
backtrack to this at a later point.
We can backtrack to this. Is there anything else that you want to do?
No, he just wants to make that skull gilded, which is essentially have it blackened. So and then have like carvings put into it, and in those carvings like gold filigree.
Yeah, so Charles could do that for you, but he would himself require about 100 gold to get that all done, including parts and time.
If he can do that for 100 gold, I have enough.
Yeah.
that's fine then. Because if I've got the skull and I've got the ruby, and I just say, "Can you put this together for me?" and he does that, that's yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So
Okay.
He will just do that. He will get all of that work done, which is good
Thank
for
you.
him. It's a nice payday.
Mm-hmm. And for reference, that will sit on top of his lantern.
Oh, neat. That's quite cool. I like that. So, now that we've dealt with that, I need to bring your attention to several days later. All of you. It's been a quiet couple of days. You've all been on your own activities. However, one morning, Tara comes down with a piece of paper and says, yeah, to each of you, summons you down to the basement, saying that she's had a new tip.
My brain is very much in the gutter. My brain was like, no,
What
she
did
gave
it
her up to
today?
Salvar and Sarlais.
So, as you all get downstairs, Tara puts a piece of paper and says, right, so you know everything after the Leviathan. I decided to go and do some sniffing. Saralise,
Yes. Yeah, yes.
you said something about one of your gods. You thought it was weird. That wasn't from your own place. Was it Zeus, you said?
Was it actually Zeus? I think it might have been Zeus, but I don't remember.
Zeus
been mentioned.
No, Zeus came up because one of the symbols that was seen on the Kuatoa was associated with Zeus, but not with your home area. So that's what came up. And you mentioned saying, yeah, that symbol's Zeus, not my people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for reference.
Yeah, so for point of clarification for
Yeah.
everyone, in Aegina, where Sarlais is from, she is from an area called Ballybren, which is, the king is Nereus, so he's a primordial god that predated Poseidon. Poseidon has his own kingdom, Nereus has his kingdom.
Yeah.
Zeus has his own kingdom. Like, all the Greek gods have their own kingdoms.
Yeah.
And so, like, obviously, Zeus has, like, the most
I see.
gilded
So
kind
not
of situation.
your area, but existing in your world.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
exists
in
in
your
her
world.
home
Yeah.
plane, but
That's
from
not
a
a bad- okay.
it's
Okay.
a different country.
Yeah.
Think of it like that.
Cool.
Mm.
Okay.
And so she says, I remember you saying to me that it was not the right symbol for your peoples, but was from your world. I've been picking up all of this, and you see that on the paper, you see she's actually gone to quite a lot of effort here. You see there are notes scribbled everywhere of things that she's picked up, and various bits of information she's got by paying off and bribing guards and other bits like that. And she's been, like, busy at work here, gathering information on the leaks. And you see that right at the bottom, the word Zeus, with a big circle round it. The Kuatoa said it. Under interrogation. It identified itself. And it identified its world. And it said that its master was Zeus. I knew it. I heard them say it. And then I thought, is that the spelling? Is that right?
She looks at it and nods. Yes, but how the hell did that Kuatoa get here? Like, I know Leviathan had people from across the plains, but I have never heard of, like, other than Leviathan itself, I've not heard that people have managed to get here other than, like, through the Feywild, since Aegina is really just a part of the Feywild. It's its own section, technically, as a pocket plane.
Take it from somebody who's accidentally gone to places before. Random rifts do open up. Whether it was whether they came here intentionally through magic, or they just stumbled into an area where the veil between the worlds was thin.
I mean, that's how I got here.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that is all fascinating, but I can do you one better. Do you want to ask him?
Yes, I would love to ask him.
They're moving him.
Oh, shit.
They're moving him out of the city. Unfortunately, they're moving him to a barracks. And it can only mean... They're moving him from a civil prison to a military one. I don't want to imagine what's going to happen there.
So why don't we just get him before they move him?
Or we get him while they're moving him.
Because at the moment, he's in the Citadel. That thing is damn near impossible to get into. But the point is, I know when they're moving him, and I know where.
I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather ambush a caravan carrying a single person as opposed to try to break into a fortress.
I mean, that was what I was suggesting.
I very much agree.
Fair, perfect.
Yeah. So, we've got
Good work.
We've got 2 days. We've only got 2 days. They're moving him at night. They're carrying a convoy. But importantly, they have a magi with them who will be protecting the convoy.
Okay, well, I as a character, as a person, know what a magi is. Just Starlight.
Yeah. What does that mean in your world, Zach? Please tell us.
In the world, the magi refers specifically to, like, you have wizards in this world. Magi are... Think like an artillerist in an army, right? It's a type of unit deployed. A magi can refer to a very small squad of wizards or a singular, particularly powerful wizard operating within a military.
Right.
But does Sarlise know this, since she's not from this plane?
No, Sarlise wouldn't. I tell you...
Okay, so she makes this look and kind of like turns to everyone. She goes, "What's a magi?"
Long range mage.
I would be considered a magi.
Oh, am I considered one?
It's a specialization, and it's more of a title they use for like military aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a title for military aspects.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're quite
like a
good at
rank.
damage. Yeah, it's like a... I mean, I suppose you could be a magi, but like, if you joined the army, like, you would be considered...
That'd be like me. That'd be like me.
Army.
Yeah,
That's like me referring to. That's like me referring to myself as a captain, but
yeah,
it's like it's a rank. It's also a
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Does this magi have a name? A face? Something I could pick up on?
Well, a magi could refer to a small unit. It could be pretty low-level casters or one particularly powerful one. It's just
Either
referring...
way, it doesn't matter.
Okay, do we have at least...
I know...
Do we at least know... Do we at least know what the Kuatoa looks like?
I was going to say about the magi. She does follow up by saying, "I only know that they are a student of the society," and so the Arcane Society.
Oh, fucking great! Absolutely wonderful.
Right, they're still out there.
Well,
yeah, they simply.
Yeah.
We got rid of the head of the Hydra.
We took care of the corrupt element of it.
But the not so corrupt, we're definitely legitimate, it was just that one group of people are still
Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Hence
Can you not pick up the sarcasm?
Yes.
You're not picking up on the sarcasm, Sarlise.
Oh, I picked up on the sarcasm. That's
then
why
are
I'm
you questioning it?
Because that's how I am, Merrick.
But yes, so we have an opportunity. We know that we don't know what the Kuatoa looks like, but then again, there's not exactly Kuatoa on this world, so I imagine you're going to see a fish and know that it's a Kuatoa.
I remember them being quite delicious.
Yeah, they are.
Please, can we stop talking about the Kuatoa being delicious? Some of my friends back home were Kuatoa.
No. You want to know why, Sarlise? Because that's how I am.
Oh, I love you guys.
She goes, da-da-da-da.
I'm gonna go see a friend. Maybe I can get some more information about this.
You have friends?
I have friends.
All right. That wasn't an insult. I'm being.
I know.
I was just genuinely curious.
Sarlise squeezes Salva's hand. Would you like me to come with, darling?
Wish. I mean, any of you can come with me.
I may have a combination of things that could make
In an
spell
ideal
struggle.
In
Oh,
an
is that
ideal
Wayne?
world. Go ahead. Yeah, you're quiet.
I might be able to present a few options which would make spellcasters struggle.
As well, myself as well. I could make it difficult to verbally enact spells, but regardless of that,
I could make it so that their brains don't function properly.
well, that I mean, I could do that too, but that involves stabbing
Same
them in
here.
the head.
Oh, mine doesn't involve stabbing them at all.
Well,
Physically.
my thing I was going to say is, if at all possible, we don't need to create a massive political incident. This is already going to be going against the law. Not that we want doing that already.
If there's no survivors,
We-
there's no way.
you know,
We don't
can
need
tr-
to kill everyone.
we can try talking to them first.
They aren't.
I
going to
am
just-
a bard.
Yes. Good luck trying to persuade them into giving you a very high-ranking prisoner.
I'm not trying to persuade them to give him to me. I'm trying to persuade them to let
Okay.
me talk to him.
Yeah, that's possible.
I think
There's a lot of ways we could do this. I'm just saying, let's not jump to murder all of them first.
I suggest,
Yes.
Rob, what?
I suggest we gather as much information as we can, and then
Yeah.
all of
We have
us
2 days,
come up with a
so-
plan we can agree on.
Yes.
And on that delightful note,
That works good.
I am going to wrap up today's session.
That feels appropriate.
Yeah.
We have a mission.
Sunflower, stop! You're embarrassing me.
I mean,
It's not just
Zach,
Rob,
you
though.
are the simpiest of simps.
I am.
Therefore, we all have that ability.
Yeah, it's annoying. Why are all of my friends attractive?
I still
shouldn't be
remember
allowed.
when Ewan was threatening that guy, but it was one of those things where like everyone was making that joke of like, are we flirting or are we fighting right now?
I'm gonna sink my teeth into your fucking throat.
Still,
Not helping. Oh yeah. Fly with. the
Sorry,
host.
I'm just trying to envision how we're gonna if we do Sarlize's plan. I'm trying to envision. Hey guys, could you stop your caravan here in the middle of buttfuck nowhere? I just want to talk to the prisoner. Why do you want to talk to him? No reason.
talk to him.
I just want to talk to him. So
Talk
that
to him.
either looks like we are very clearly trying to break him out, or we're trying to murder him. Either way, I feel like they aren't going to let us do it.
if we
Yeah.
could
Sarlize
find
is-
out who the mage is over the 2 days, I could be just casting Dream on them.
Yeah, there's a lot of prep we can do
Yeah.
for this. This might
Yeah.
work good.
Yeah,
No,
you've got.
Sarlize most likely would just be like, look, guys, I'm originally from this plane. I'm trying to find out the exact same shit you guys are. I probably know about this situation better than you do.
Ooh.
Let me speak to him and I will share this information with you.
It might work. I'm just saying, if I were in the shoes of those guards, I would not trust you at all.
Cast Banishment on the Kuatoa.
Yeah,
Oh!
but regardless of whatever plan we do, whether it's persuading them, whether it's bringing a trap or doing it stealthily, however we do it, if we could get either Sarlize or Wayne within touching distance of this Kuatoa, we could dimension door. But that's only if he's willing.
I imagine Bulla's here, by the way.
I haven't been. Bulla is Bulla is not.
Bulla is
here.
managing her new business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's running her business.
Yeah,
That's right.
she
Um,
is.
Oh, we can formulate plans later. I'll
Bulla-
stop.
Bulla
Gas
won
like
the-
girl bossing her way through business.
Cool.
Zach,
Yeah.
should I come up with a language specifically for Agena?
That would be
For this?
really cool. That would
Okay,
be-
because like
Genin.
no, well, okay. So here's the thing: in Ballybryn, the common language is Aquan,
Mm.
Oh, cool.
but he's not from Ballybryn.
Yeah.
But he is a Kuatoa.
So he might speak.
And also,
Kuatoa.
in
It's-
fairness,
it-
in this world, Aquan isn't a language, so that would count as a foreign language in itself. But it would be
Okay,
cool to
so I'll
invent
just-
a new one. Or yeah, we can just go with Aquan being being like the alien language to this, but it's your own version of Aquan. It's it's the Aegean Aquan.
Okay, then I will write that down on her character sheet, and we can use that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And the last bit I'll say before we go is we are sponsored by the delightful Geeky Clean. I do not need to elaborate on all of their amazing stuff. Can someone put it in the chat quickly? But they have lots of really cool stuff. Very awesome. You should definitely check them out. We also have a Ko-Fi now. We've had to close down the Patreon because I was really shit at using Patreon. So I needed a software system which worked better. So I now have a... I have the Ko-Fi now, which gets us pennies for us lot. And I have finally managed to work out a deal to get a redoing of the dice. So we're going to have extra dice of the Ewan and the Saralize dice. We're getting more of them ordered in. But we're also going to be able to get dice for everybody else here as well. So...
Oh, I just thought about the fact that Ewan's no longer at the party.
Yeah, Ewan's no longer... I have already, by the way, because we have our Ko-Fi shop there, it's not currently for sale until I get the delivery in. But by the way, I am going to have the Ewan dice, and I'm going to sell them as memorial dice. So they're going to be the immemorial Ewan dice.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I was promised a set, and now I don't get.
You still get Ewan dice?
Yeah, I saw
Wait, did you send me a set? Because I've never gotten them.
Oh no, we have problems we need to talk about after the stream. Fuck.
Okay.
Shit. I didn't know you guys didn't have... Wait, you sent me a message about... Hold on, we'll deal with this afterwards.
Well, yeah, well, end the stream.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, go to Ko-Fi, support us. You can do the, one-off, buy a cup of tea for us, or you can do a regular monthly donation, which is also cool because I like money and it helps us do the show, and it means we can buy cool things for you guys. Please give me money. Give me money. Thank you. Bye.